Please welcome the fabulous Daniel Radcliffe.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi, how you doing?
So, honey, this comedy series
Very funny.
is from the same team who did 30 Rock,
Yeah.
and you and Tracy you make a really great odd couple, I have to say.
Thank you.
What was it about this piece that made you say, hell yeah?
Oh, I mean, I'd worked with Robert Carlock and Sam Means, the show creators, and Tina Fey before. I did like a bit on a Kimmy Schmidt movie that they did, and so I sort of knew them and I loved them. And then they sent me this script, and it was to work with them again and to work with Tracy. Like, I was a huge fan of 30 Rock back in the day, so like the idea of like actually getting to be in something with him was so crazy and surreal and cool, and like so I read one page of the script and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I will read the rest out of due diligence, but like I'm gonna say yes.
So you and Tracy really hit it off. Did you hang out? And
I love it, man.
How funny is he off camera?
I mean, he's an insane person. Like, he will say 5 of the craziest things you've ever heard a human being say in your life every day.
Yeah.
But he's also like incredibly sweet and generous and kind, and has this like actually very vulnerable side, which you get to know very, very well. You know, I went round. He had everybody round to his house the night before we started filming, and you know, Tracy Morgan's house is just like something out of another world. There is like he has sharks. He has a shark tank. He has a pool table that has a tank of piranhas in the bottom of it.
Wow.
He has a glass that was on the Titanic. He has one of Michael Jackson's gloves. He had like it's truly like you were just walking around his house and it's like a museum, but also like it's just it's out of this world. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, getting to
interesting point about him.
You wouldn't, and I believe. I've also heard a story, I don't know if this is true, but when because Sherry Shepherd, who obviously used to be on the show, played his wife.
Right, yeah.
And on 30 Rock, and I've also heard a story that he like maybe set fire to her apartment at one stage during their relationship. Well, I think accidentally, obviously.
Okay.
But yes, it was not a joke. But yeah, so you know, he's amazing and unpredictable.
Anything's possible with
but
Tracy.
Exactly, but it's a joy to share the screen with him and get to do the show.
So Daniel, there's a running joke about you looking like Elijah Wood.
Sure, yeah.
Also known as Frodo Baggins
Yes.
from Lord of the Rings. Do you still get mistaken for him?
We are kind of like, we look different, but like the idea of us is exactly the same.
It's the idea.
You sound different because Elijah Wood's from Iowa, little known fact.
I do get. And also, he's a lovely man with a great career, so he's a very nice person to get mistaken for.
Sure.
And I will occasionally get, like, someone shouted the other day from a moving car, he was like, Frodo! And I never like to, you know, I'm always just like, yeah. Because he thinks he met Elijah Wood, and he's happy about that.
And you don't want to let them down.
I don't want to ruin that for him. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know people thought that about y'all as well, that y'all all look alike too.
There's actually a really good, there's actually a joke about it in the Tracy show. We do, there's a good Elijah Wood joke later in there. And hopefully Elijah, I've met him and talked to him, hopefully he is still fine with me mining this for comedy.
He's probably answering back the same way. But,
Yeah.
So after winning a Tony for Merrily We Roll Along, because we got to talk some Broadway, you're now starring in the funny and touching one-man show, Every Brilliant Thing. Tell us about it and why this was a project you wanted to do.
So I read the script for this, and it's a beautiful play about a boy whose mum is struggling with depression, and a list he starts to make to try and help her through that, and how then the making of this list of brilliant things kind of follows him into adulthood. And it's a beautiful play in and of itself, but then the way it's done is with a huge amount of audience participation.
Yes.
So it really should feel like we are all making the play happen together every night in a really unusual way. I read it and I was like, oh, well, no one's ever going to ask me there's me getting married to somebody I just met on stage. So basically every night if the show starts at 7, say, I'm in the audience half an hour before, and I'm kind of meeting people as they come in and trying to like figure out who we're going to use for that night's performance, and then about 70 or 80 people will end up shouting something at the stage. I give them a card and they shout the thing I asked them to shout, and then 5 people every night will be like in the play with me.
Wow!
It's great, and it means every show is very different, but it's really it's.
Well, how do people react when you approach them?
They are bewildered and alarmed. They are, like, particularly at the beginning of the show where I'm running around the theatre, you can tell I'm like trying to get past people. I'm like running up the stairs to get to the balcony, and I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm sorry. And people are looking around really annoyed, and I'm like, oh, I guess I have to let you go. Wait, what are you doing here? Like, it's, it's a lot of that reaction.
How much fun is that?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Great. And they have to be so happy when they're chosen.
I hope
Maybe.
so.
A lot of energy
I think a
you're
lot of
putting
people
out.
are like quite apprehensive when they're chosen, but I think everyone leaves the stage having had a good time.
Yeah. Talk about unscripted parenting.
Yeah.
You have an almost 3-year-old son, and I hear he's into big trucks and Disney movies.
Yeah.
And that he doesn't know, though. Is it true that he does not know you're Harry Potter?
No, he knows nothing about that side of my
And
life.
is there a plan to tell him? Has
Wait till
seen
he
you one time on
finds
TV?
out.
He saw me the other day, actually, because we were watching the Olympics, and the Tracy show is on NBC, so it was getting trailers a lot. And that was the first time he's like seen me on something, and I had just left the room, and the thing came on, and he turned around to my girlfriend Erin, and it was said with a tone of like, I'm not crazy, right? He went, "What, Dada?" I had to be like, yeah, and then he was like, he just thought I had left the room, and then appeared on the TV.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
That's
I'm trying to
confusing.
keep him in the dark about as much. Like, there's this lovely period now where I am just his dad and nothing else. And I want that to carry on.
Another year.
Well, I was gonna say,
longer, but yeah.
pretty soon he's gonna realize that his dad is Harry Potter because it's been 25 years. 25 years. Since you first starred in the first Harry Potter movie. You were 11 years old when you auditioned for the role. And of course, this is The View, so we have a clip.
Cool.
Take a look.
Harry, listen, you must really be upset about what we heard yesterday, but the thing is you mustn't go doing anything stupid.
Like what?
Like trying to go after Black.
Why?
Because he's not worth dying for.
Do you know what I see and hear every time a Dementor gets too near me? I can hear my mum screaming and pleading with Voldemort. And if you heard your mum screaming like that, just about to be killed, you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Wow.
So good.
Thank you. I disagree, but thank you very much.
You're very hard on yourself.
I mean, I've got more time for myself as an 11-year-old now than I used to. Like, now I can look at that and be like, okay, that's cute. But like,
You got the part. You can trust us.
Yeah.
thank you
But
very
you
much.
evolved it. That's the thing. You went from that, which, in spite of what you think, it's really good.
Yeah.
Which is why you got the gig.
Yeah.
But you've evolved, and that's the beautiful thing.
I mean, I'm lucky. People gave me so many opportunities to do different cool stuff,
Yeah.
and I've just been like taking as many of them as I can.
Let me ask you, if your son, your 3-year-old,
Yeah.
wants to be an actor, would be okay with that?
I would rather he isn't. That's the thing. Me and Erin are both actors, so he'll see us being passionate and loving our jobs.
And he's going to see you as a child doing it.
I know.
that.
But I hope that he will. I honestly, if he ended up behind the camera, would love it. Would really be into it. I just,
Why? The stress of it is too much.
I think it's also just like that. I feel like a lot of actors, so much of how we feel about ourselves is like tied into our work, and I would love him to get a job where his sense of identity and self-worth is not as tied to that, and he can just enjoy whatever on the side. But it may be on the side.
I love that.
Cheers.
That's a healthy way of looking at it.
We'll see. Yeah.
It's a healthy way of looking at it, but just because you don't want him to be an actor, now that's exactly what he's going to become.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the job of saying, okay, this is what it takes. And then he'll stop.
Yeah, maybe.
It
Yeah.
works
If maybe, that's the thing. I should try and push him into it, and then he won't.
Right, that's
what I
That
should
is true. Okay, I see you jumping up and down. Every brilliant thing is at the Hudson Theater right now through May 26th, and you can catch the fall and rise of Reggie Dinkins Monday nights. Check your local listings.